Once again, we're back to Sports Like 1 1 more preview prediction video coming in the NFL. Today we look at the AFC North. That's the Steelers, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Bengals. We'll start with the Baltimore Ravens. John Harbaugh, the head coach there for a long time, he leaves to go to the New York Giants. You'll bring a new coach. I like Baltimore Ravens. You have a new head coach. We'll see how he does year one with the Ravens. One of the best teams offensively. You got Lamar Jackson, arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Of course, you have Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes. You can argue Josh Allen. You can also Jalen Hurts. You can also you can argue for any other quarterback in the league. But what Lamar Jackson's done in his career at Ravens, and especially in his time, he's a very mobile quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks I think because he has the arm, has the leg, and he's very decisive type of quarterback. Really good offense relies on him. Of course, Mark Andrews, the tight end, likely the wide receiver tight end. I think likely is gone. Really likely, you do have a really good wide receiver crew. Bateman and Flowers, two best, and decent running game there with the running backs they have there. Really good recruit class, draft class. Ravens has been the top team of echelon of the NFL, right? This is a team that's made the playoffs. They always win the NFC. Typically, they do well in the NFC North, win the NFC North, go to the playoffs, go, teams that can win the Super Bowl, right? Don't get me wrong, Ravens can win the Super Bowl. I think this is a Super Bowl winning team. This team is playoff ready, has been the last 4 years. Of course, but it's very successful under John Harbaugh. I'm curious to see what they do with new head coach, what the future brings for Baltimore Ravens. A team that's really good offensively and defensively. You do get Flowers, and you do get Bateman coming back. You lose likely. And then you also have Lamar Jackson, one of the best, arguably the best quarterback on the team. And if they said, well, would have, this X, Y, Z if it happened, or such and such, well, that's what it is. But I truly believe, from my perspective, that Baltimore Ravens is a team that offensively. So, let's get out there. Ravens heading into 2026, they're over, as we're looking at this right now, but they're over as 11.5. Look at DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever you look at, is 11.5. I'm taking the over. I think this team can do well. Like I said, I look at the schedule, I'm like, look, NFL schedule is completely different from college football. They are tough roads, their environment, all that. It is completely different league compared to college football, right? Or Canadian football, for that matter. For us. And I think that's really the biggest difference there. But in terms of schedule, this might be, I don't know, a tough schedule. Look at the NFL. You wonder who has tough schedule. College football, like we talk about college rankings and look at these schedule, especially college football. Right? You look at college football. Look at Michigan, University, Michigan, Alabama, Georgia. Who has a tough schedule? NFL, it's hard to tell who has a tough schedule, but sometimes it's a tough schedule because let's say they play the Ravens, the Eagles, maybe they play the Chiefs, Lions, maybe the Browns, or maybe they played a really good, so-called team, right? And that team has been really good, seriously, and then tough schedule. Because each year, we don't know what to expect from each team. I don't put that. You don't know what's going to happen, and I think that's really true fact. I mean, you don't know. Look, you don't know how the Ravens will go. You don't know how the Saints are going to go. You don't know how the Cowboys will play next 2026. We don't know how any of these teams are going to do. And you're supposed to 5-0. And you give your Browns your 6th loss, your 7th loss, and then your first loss ever is to the Bills. And then you come back, you beat the Jags. I think it's start the season high note. I mean, this is a team that's playoff ready, heavy caliber of a team. Majority wins. You only have what, one, two, three losses. 14-3 for the Baltimore Ravens heading into 2026. Like I said, the future's bright for Ravens. Team that's really good offensively. I mean, there's no sugarcoat it. And well, let's take a look at the division rival, Joe Burrow coming back, and the Cincinnati Bengals with Jamar Chase and company over in Cincinnati. Look, like I said before, the thing we'll say about Baltimore too is, I like Jamar Chase. I love Joe Burrow is a great quarterback. Okay, he is there with Josh Allen. Say love with Josh Allen. Maybe it's a love with Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes, but they're up there. He is. He did a good job at LSU. Comes to Cincinnati. What was it, 4 or 5 years ago? Has done a good job. I like Joe Flacco. So, but Joe Burrow has been a really good quarterback. Has been exceedingly well in that position. So speaking of which, like I said, the over-under right now is 10.5. And you look at the schedule, I think Cincinnati's schedule is a little bit different than most schedules, but it's going to be a Cincinnati schedule to see how Cincinnati does in 2026. Because I am convinced, this is my theory, I'm now fully convinced, but is this a year that Cincinnati takes a step forward? Not saying look at a playoff team, because they've been to the playoff. I think Joe Burrow's taking the playoff, but a team that can compete for the playoff spot. I think that's the Cincinnati I know is going to happen. Look, could I be entirely wrong? Absolutely. They're going to lose the Buccaneers. You're going to lose against, in fact, I think you're going to lose the first three. You're going to lose 2 games at least, and you go 2-2 in the first games, which I think, look, that's a major win. Then you get the bye week, which is about 10, 11.5. Yes, Bengals are a really good team. They, like I said, they have a really good team offensively, like I said, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. Defensively, you do lose Henderson, so we'll question how they adjust without Henderson. They're a pretty good defense. I mean, I'm not too worried about a Bengals defense, really. I don't lose Henderson. I get that. That may be, part of the team. Okay, well, how do we replace him? Which, that's natural for the team. I think they did the club nicely. To free agency and to draft class. And I think today a decent draft class. I just have to go back with Greg. They get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there you have it. That's Cincinnati review preview prediction video. Last but not least, the Cleveland Browns, last team of the AFC. One last team, so that's what? That's Baltimore Ravens. That is the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, we have one more team of the Cleveland Browns, and of course the Pittsburgh Steelers to wrap up for AFC North. Alright, Cleveland, hey, next year, 2026. Their betting odds is at 5.5. I'm going to take the under. I just don't see happening. I like to look. Browns betting. Look, Shedeur Sanders coming head coach. There goes. Shedeur Sanders here, quarterback next year. I'm assuming he's a quarterback. We'll see what the future brings for Brown. And one point, different quarterback. Deshaun Watson at one point. I believe Joe Flacco. Now you have Shedeur Sanders. That's the case for Cleveland Browns. Nice shading on Cleveland Browns. Just put things in perspective, per se. Um, Look, offensively, Browns has been a decent team in the past. Okay, and you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. And really think about it. That's why I'm taking the under. I just don't know. Could it go over 5.5? Yes. Could it go like more than 7.5 games? Sure. Which is why I'm taking the under. I just don't think they can. It's just that's the nature of um so so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 and 8. You know, 8, 11, 18, I think. No. All right, 8 losses. You played 17 games. Yes, 11. Oh. But look, 8 losses is what we're looking at. And that is how many wins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wins. What, 8 and 8? No, 8 wins, so 8 losses. So that would. I think it's 11. Wait, it's 8 and 11, I think. Here's the record. Something like that in 2026. I don't think I did the right math, but my picture. Look, this team. I've taken the under for a reason. Um, this is the reason why I took that. I explain to you why. My theory. I may have done this math wrong, but it's fine. I don't know how to do justice, but pardon me, that makes sense. Let's look at this last but not least, the Pittsburgh Steelers to round out the AFC North. Steelers 8.5 right now, the over under. And into 2026. And much like the Steelers, and what I mean by that is they're a good team. They none of the old like the Eagles and the Lions and the Chiefs, they go and win Super Bowls, whatever, or the Broncos or the Pacers, whatever, or Seahawks. I guess this is the case. So the Steelers, this is the Steelers without Aaron Rodgers. Okay, this is a team that has grit in it. Okay, a team that does well. I think the Steelers going to do well in 2026. Pretty good job offensively, defensively. We'll see what the future brings for the Steelers. I just don't know what is stock. I mean, they do have a good team offensively and defensively. I mean, they have a good job in the draft, in my opinion. Probably arguably a great draft class. Um, Now, Steelers is not a type of team that's not going to be like the Browns or whatever. This is a type of team that can do really well in 2026. Like I said, the over-under is at 10.5 for the Steelers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like I said, hit the good push up. I am supposed to wait 9 and 8. There you go. They have this AFC North previous video from Ravens to Steelers to including the Bengals and the Browns. Like and share, hit the notification button, and see you next video. Peace.